Hi, everybody. I hope everyone is doing great. Welcome back to our RRG Chart Learning Series. In today's session, we are going to explore three essential components: quadrants, sector rotation, and tail length. Understanding these elements will give you a deeper insight into market movements and help you make more informed decision. So, in today's video, I will cover the quadrants. What are the significance of these four quadrants? We covered this in our first video, but we will go a little deeper into understanding this. And then we'll cover the sector rotation, right? And then we'll cover the tail length. So let's cover everything one by one. So first thing first, we will start with the quadrants. So let me go to Strike. This is our Strike platform. So when you log into Strike, you will land in onto a home page, and then you have to click on RRG relative rotation graph, and you will see a particular graph appearing on in front of your screen. Now, first thing first, we are looking into quadrants. So the first condition of a quadrant is maximum relative strength and maximum RS momentum. And by now, I think everybody knows which quadrant is this. So this is nothing but your leading quadrant, where you see a maximum relative strength and maximum relative strength momentum. Remember, we discussed that x-axis is for relative strength ratio and y-axis is for RS momentum. So whichever script that you see will have a maximum um, RS ratio as well as maximum RS momentum. That's why script under these quadrants are outperforming the market. And whatever we discuss in this video is just for our education purpose. Don't treat this as a buy and sell. Please, this is my request. Um, and then let's look at this. So this is what you see in the leading. So leading quadrant, whenever you see leading quadrant, maximum RS ratio and maximum RS momentum. Now, getting into second quadrant, good RS ratio, but reduction in RS momentum. Which quadrant is that? Is the weakening quadrant, where you see script is getting into weakening. It has a reduction in the RS momentum because RS momentum is on the y-axis. So whenever script is getting into this quadrant, will have a less RS momentum, but it will still have a good RS ratio, and RS ratio is on the x-axis. All right, so we covered both. First one, maximum RS ratio and maximum RS momentum, leading quadrant. Good RS momentum, reduction in RS momentum is weakening. Weak RS and weak RS momentum. Weak RS and weak RS momentum is in the lagging. So you see a very less RS and significant reduction in the RS momentum. This is where you see scripts are into the weak lagging quadrant. Now, the last but not the least is weak RS, but increase in RS momentum. So improving quadrant will have a less RS momentum. Oh, probably I wouldn't say uh, weak is still holds good, but the RS momentum is increasing, and this is into getting into improving quadrant. So we learned four condition what these four quadrants represents in terms of RS ratio and RS momentum. Everything strong, leading. RS momentum is reducing, but RS is still strong, still good, is in weakening. RS RS ratio is decreasing, even RS momentum is decreasing, lagging. RS momentum is increasing, but RS is still weak, is improving. And there is a significant chance that even the RS will increase when scripts from improving gets into a leading quadrant. So this is the first part of the story that we have learned today in the quadrants. Now let's jump into a sector rotation. Always remember the sector rotation on the RRG chart is always a clockwise. And I want to show you this real quick. Look at this, right? So the rotation is always clockwise, right? So sector gets into weakening, and then, I mean, let's start with the lagging. So lagging, or start with leading, leading, weakening, and then lagging, and then improving, and then again back to leading, right? So this is how the sector rotation happens. Which direction? It is into a clockwise direction. All right, now let's look at the second part through four quadrants. We just looked at it. When script rotates, it goes through a four quadrants, and we will discuss about where we need to focus more. So, and based on that, you can take a call on the location as well as your positioning for a particular script or the indices, right? So the the four quadrants and clockwise direction movement within these four quadrants, these are the things that happens in terms of sector rotation. I'll take one example, and I was talking about this some time back. Let's take an example of metal, my favorite. Yeah. So let's fit into center and let's set into 500. Just a minute. Just a minute. 500 and weekly. Put it into center, right? Now, how can RRG chart help you? Look at this view of RRG chart. Look at this. Look at this. Or probably I can pick only the indices. So let's look at this. All right, Nifty metal. Look at this, right? So I will put 500 time frame weekly, right? Center. Now, a few days back when I was tracking this and I was telling, hey, look, metal isn't improving, getting into leading. This is the rotation that happened, right? So I was telling somewhere around, look at this. Nifty metal was in improving, right? Somewhere around July 2023. If you would have spotted there, you would have ride this journey until, look at this. And then it lost the momentum, got into weakening, but RS was still okay. Okay, it was very close to the benchmark. Look at this again. The moment there is a 90-degree move, it's interesting, right? Somewhere around December or January. And then again, look at this, leading. Then again, moved back to weakening. This is how you can keep an eye based on the RS momentum and RS ratio and the quadrant of the particular indices. And now look at this, very weak RS momentum. Very weak RS momentum, and the RS ratio is also getting reduced. So you can make informed decision based on the rotation of a particular indices. So for me, if I have to proceed further, I will look for a top-down approach. I will first see which other sectors are doing well. Then I'll look for a script within those sectors, right? So this is the starting point. You look for the sector, which sector is doing really well at the moment, and then look at the stocks within those sector, and I will review and study those sectors, sorry, stocks on the RRG chart as well as fundamentally, and we'll have a technical view as well based on the price and volume, right? So we'll have a three combination. If the EPS is increasing, the valuation comfort is there, balance sheet is good, recent con call recent results, any product mix, anything on the fundamental side, RRG is giving me another indication which is solid, and then I can take a position or my decision based on different parameters, right? So this is how RRG chart helps you. You know which sector is going to do well. You know this, right? And you know based on the RS momentum and RS ratio on the RRG chart. This is how it is very helpful to you. Now moving on to the next one, tail length. Well, tail length is very important. Why it is important? Let's stick to this one, right? You would have seen a small tail length, right? Look at this. What does a small tail length means? Any point in time is the momentum is not that great. The momentum is not that great, and you can see this tail length as well in the strike platform where you have a filter option on the top in the middle under any of the script. So you know this, right? You know this tail length thickness here. So this is how the tail length thickness is covered in the strike platform. And you know the length of the tail length is as well. I would rather not say thickness, but I would rather say is the length of the tail length on the strike platform. So this is how you see this. And if I have to look at this, where it is. Okay, I think I need to just position center. Look at this compared to the one which we have just seen it. And then I need to put it for 5 weeks. You will have a difference, right? Look at this. You will have a slight difference, right? And then look at this. You have a very huge difference, right? Against the benchmark, how much percentage is changed that you see at the percentage change. Against the Nifty Private Bank, against the benchmark, how much it has changed, and what is the thickness? Oh, sorry, not thickness, length of tail, right? And so these are the things that you can look for when it comes to the tail length review. Timing, entry and exits, of course, everyone has a different risk appetite, and I covered this in the previous uh, video as well. Some people want to get into they want to take more risk and more reward, so they might get into they might take a position when anything is in lagging but having a good RS momentum, and it will go through improving and then get into leading, and by the time it comes to weakening, I'll be out, and then I will take a position. So let's look at this. I wanted to show you something here. Let's go to, that's why I see why there is a difference. Okay, I see this. All right. So I was telling this, I'm tracking this very closely. So look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It is in lagging, but I'm a high risk, high reward taker, right? So I can take a high risk, and I'm probably up for high reward as well. So if I'm very aggressive, I will take a position somewhere here in the lagging. But I need to keep a close eye on this RS momentum and RS ratio. And now look at this. Look at this. It has increased RS momentum. It has also improved the RS ratio as of 12th of August. And then it is getting into um, improving, and then it will get into a leading, right? If it continues. And some people might take a position when things are getting into improving. They're like, they don't want to take high risk, but they are okay to take some risk considering it may do well, right? So it's up to individual how you think, but the RS momentum, tail length, and all those things will give you a lot of insight about and information in terms of taking a position or taking your decisions, right? So this is how RRG chart can help you. This chart will give you the whole summary in one place. You don't have to look for each technical chart on the trading view or any other platform. It doesn't mean that technical charts are not beneficial. Those are really beneficial as well. But this RRG chart will give you one picture, one whole picture at one place, right? So if somebody is interested in FMCG, I will first see, okay, this is looking very interesting. Good tail length, good RS momentum, good RS ratio. Let me look at some of the scripts falling into Nifty FMCG, right? And then private bank is still weak, very small tail length. I'll wait. I'll wait for RS momentum to increase. And then let's look at mid-cap index. I mean, let's forget about that. Let's look at the Nifty Pharma. You should have taken a position when it got into improving, and then it's still now it is in leading with a good RS momentum and RS ratio. In fact, you would have taken a position little earlier. And again, depending on your risk appetite. So this is how tail length can help you in terms of reviewing the tail length, timing, entry and exit, and the relative strength of the tail length that we covered in today's video. All right, we'll keep this video short, and thank you so much again watching my video, and I hope you are learning. I will also share the link of Strike platform. You will get a 10% discount if you subscribe for the Strike platform. You have other features on the Strike platform other than RRG chart. Again, it's up to you, your wish. And one thing I want to tell you that RRG chart definitely can give you an edge compared to any other tools that you have. And yeah, and with that, I will close this recording. And thank you so much for watching, and have a great day ahead and have a great week ahead. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.